page, Evan.
We're live, baby.
We are live. Good morning and welcome back. This is Minnesota Home Talk. We're live on 1500 ESPN, the original real estate show here on AM 1500 radio. Live, of course, every Saturday morning. Best way to find us anytime, of course, is our website, minnesotahometalk.com. Your host, Jason Walgrave with Walgrave Real Estate Group and the Minnesota Real Estate Team at RE/MAX Advantage Plus. Also in studio. Actually, I'm not in studio, but Mr. Michael Mortgage Ouverson is in studio with Insurance Evan. So thanks, guys, for being in studio and running the ship. I'm remotely today. Boys and I are leaving immediately after the show to go do some weigh-ins for wrestling.
You're what weight class you wrestling in today, Jason?
Well, if I was in a weight class, let's see. I'm 210, so I'd probably be in the 215 weight class. So there's a 195 and there's a 215 and there's a heavyweight.
Heavyweight starts where?
215, I think it goes all the way to 285, maybe 275.
What about if you're over 285? You're just not allowed?
Can't wrestle. Yeah.
Really?
Yep, can't wrestle. So that's the limit. So the big guy's got to cut down to 285.
Interesting. I did not know that. I thought heavyweight was just from here up to infinity.
No.
Okay.
There'd be some big guys.
I think that's how it is for boxing. Where
Is that what it is for boxing?
The top tier just kind of has no limit.
There's no limit.
Yeah.
So
Very interesting.
I know MMA, you have to make weight in MMA. So boxing, that could be different. So.
Well, I mean, you still have brackets, but the top bracket in boxing, I believe, just it doesn't have a limit. The issue is heavier fighters actually start to have a disadvantage. Like you run out of steam faster. So generally, the heavyweight fighters kind of top out at a specific weight range and don't get much heavier than that. But I don't think that they have to do a cut. It's either heavyweight or super heavyweight or whatever.
What about bodybuilding? You've got to cut weight to body, isn't it?
I don't think so. I don't think there's weight classes. I think you pick either like in men's, it's what is it? Physique.
Oh yeah.
Is it just like physique and bodybuilding? Is that the only two classes? And then women's, you have bikini, physique, bodybuilding.
Yep.
I think
the cut for bodybuilding. By the way, you're listening to Minnesota Home Talk. The cut for bodybuilding isn't about making a specific number. It's about getting your vascularity going by going, yeah, you know what? I want to be like 2.5% body fat today.
Yeah.
And like feel like I'm dying.
Yes.
So
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is there.
yeah. I'm just not going to drink any water for the 2 weeks before the competition.
Pretty much. Oh, I love it. So we got a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
What are we talking about?
I think we're going to be talking about rates, aren't we, Ouverson?
We'll talk about some interest rates. We're gonna talk about our predictions here for the winter months and then what the spring is going to bring. Spoke about that a couple times already, but we're going to reiterate that because we can see the writing on the wall, and we know what this spring is going to be like. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. We're going to be kind of back where we were last spring with multiple offers and making offers over list price in order to get a house. So we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. And we got a giveaway today. We giving stuff away, Jason?
Yeah, we got a pair of Timberwolves tickets giveaway. We're going to do it a little different this week. Mike, tell us about that.
So we're going to change it up, Evan.
All right.
You don't have to call in with a mortgage or real estate question in order to get in the running for the tickets. We're going to give away tickets to the two best pet peeves that people call in with. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go with, you can either call us or text us, or you can go on Facebook and you can type in your biggest pet peeve, right? We're going to vote on whoever calls in or texts in with the best pet peeve, and we're going to give away tickets to the two best pet peeves. So, for example, I got a pet peeve. My pet peeve is when real estate show hosts don't show up in studio. They do it remotely from their house.
My pet peeve is when real estate show hosts, instead of talking about real estate, start talking about weightlifting competitions. or referencing lists. Lists.
Yes.
Oh, that's a big pet peeve of mine.
I got to give Jason crap about that because I've remote logged in way more than Jason has, so I'm beating myself up there. But no, here's a true example, right? I got a pet peeve with my wife. The way the toilet paper roll sits on the handle, right? She always flips all of our toilet paper rolls so it rolls off the back, where I like it to roll off the front so you can actually see where the end of the toilet paper is. But
I have a fun fact about this. The patent for the toilet paper roll shows it rolling off the front, which is the correct way to do it.
That is the correct way to do it. That's my pet peeve. That my wife goes into all of our bathrooms and she switches it so that it rolls off the back. And so then when I go in the bathroom next time, I always switch it back. And it's this whole game back and forth.
So do you think she does that on purpose?
Probably just get underneath my skin because she knows it bothers me.
Just to poke at you?
Yep. So that's what we're going to do. That's my example of a pet peeve. So call in or text in with your pet peeve.
Oh, good stuff.
And we're going to give away Timberwolves tickets, a pair of Timberwolves tickets to the 2 best pet peeves that come in today.
I love it. Text line, folks, is 612-234-7585. You can text your pet peeves to 612-234-7585. Of course, go to facebook.com. Folks, we got a big announcement. We're going to be talking about it for the next 4 weeks. Our show is going to be moving to Wednesdays at noon starting on January 4th, 2023. So Wednesdays at noon, we will be live on Facebook and YouTube. Our show will be changing or evolving to U.S. Home Talk. And so starting on January 4th, 2023, Minnesota Home Talk will be U.S. Home Talk. We will bring in my brother, Marcus Walgrave. So we'll have a third host. We'll have, of course, our fantastic producer, Evan, who's also our insurance expert. And we're very excited about the new time. We will be on all the podcasts, on all the places that you find podcasts. So Spotify, everywhere that you find podcasts, we will be on there as well. So excited about that. January 4th, 2023, on Wednesdays at noon. So we'll be talking about that for the next 4 weeks. Today, we got 6 days to take back your time during the holidays. We'll be going over that. We've got, of course, have our smoking hot listings to go over. Mike's going to be talking about rates, some really good positive news about rates. And then I want to talk about a client that we helped in this past week and why now is such a great time to buy. There's some really incredible opportunities for buyers. These were buyers that we're talking about wait until spring or summer, and the opportunity came up. They took that opportunity. We'll be talking about why now is a potentially much better time to buy than this coming spring. So, folks, text in your pet peeves to win those tickets. We got 2 pair giveaway this morning. The text line is 612-234-7585. That is the text line. Text us your pet peeves. 2 best are going to win a pair of Timberwolves tickets. I believe it's this coming Wednesday's game. So I took my kids, 3 of my kids last week to the game. It was a lot of fun. Even though we got destroyed by Golden State, it was still a lot of fun to go.
Oh, well, at least you got to see. Was Curry playing?
Curry was playing. They had 47 points. Golden State had 47 points in the first quarter.
Oh, that's right. I heard about that.
Yeah, that's rough, buddy.
That's a
fun.
It's a little tough to recover from when you're down by. They were down by what, 21 or something after the first quarter or something like that. Wasn't that what?
It was. But Golden State was on though. They were on though, so that's good. All right, let's see here. Mike, you gonna run the Facebook pet peeves? You can keep an eye on those on Facebook.
Absolutely, we got some good ones rolling in.
All right.
Actually, one of my top ones, absolutely, Tom Ferris, Mr. Recognition himself. He says drivers in the left lanes on 3-laners going way below the speed limit.
Agree.
Number one driver of road rage is right there. Absolutely.
You don't think it's when you get cut off?
Honestly, I don't know. I would rage more by people driving slow in the left lane and not getting over at all versus someone cutting me off.
Yeah.
I would give people the benefit of the doubt. They cut me off because they didn't see me there, something like that. It'd be like, okay, one-time deal, it's over, it's done. That person that just sits in that left lane and just goes way below the speed limit, just does not switch lanes at all, that's intentional. They're pointing the finger at you.
Or they pull up next to a semi and then they're going the same speed. So
exactly. We had another one. So Janelle Seitzer, she was on Facebook here. She said, people chewing loudly at a meal, smacking lips, chewing with their mouth open, etc.
Yeah, that one's a little irritating, isn't it? That's definitely a pet peeve.
Yep.
All right, folks, text in your pet peeves to 612-234-7585. You can go to facebook.com. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. You can comment in Facebook to have a chance to win those tickets as well. And then again, we'll be talking about this for the next 4 weeks. Our new show time starting on January 4th is Wednesdays at noon. We'll be live on Facebook, YouTube, and then we will be on all the places that you can find your podcast, Spotify, etc. So that is starting January 4th. So we got 4 more weeks on the radio station here, and then noon on Wednesdays. We're excited about the new time. Our great producer, Evan, will be making sure that we kind of know what we're doing. Right, Evan?
I mean, in theory.
That's the plan. That is the plan. We'll see. Today we're talking about 6 ways to take back your time during the holidays, which is always a challenge, I think, for some folks. We're going to talk about rates. We're talking about some clients we helped in the past week, but I suppose we can get started or continue with some hot listings.
Yes, let's continue them because we definitely were doing them before.
All right. Well, here we go. All right, I'm going to go to my page. All right, first one, we got a fantastic townhome in Eagan, Minnesota, located at 1738 Woodgate Lane. This property is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,322 square foot townhome. It's a quad style, 2-car garage. We've got fully renovated unit, new kitchen, new cabinets, countertops, stainless steel appliances. Opened up the wall between the kitchen and the living room, so you get a nice open floor plan. Really nice unit in Eagan, located at 1738 Woodgate Lane, on the market for $275,000. Townhome in Eagan.
Open house today too.
Yeah, so open tomorrow.
Oh yeah, sorry, December 4th. I was thinking it was December 4th. Tomorrow.
So speaking of December 3rd, let's take a pause on these for a minute. Wanted to wish my oldest daughter, Tanian, a happy birthday today. It is her 21st birthday, so we've got some dinner plans tonight. We're going to be going out, but Tay, happy birthday. I love you very much. She might be listening. She's up pretty early, so shout out Tanian, happy 21st birthday. All right.
Goes by too fast.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that, Ouverson?
I remember it was like yesterday.
I have a real problem with this.
Is this a pet peeve, Evan?
Yeah. I have a pet peeve with getting older. Yeah, because when I first met Tay, she was, it would have been 10 and a half years ago, right? So she would have been like 10. Yeah. So this is, I don't like it. I'm not okay with this.
I mean, you think about that, Evan. Joseph is almost 10.
Yeah. This is unacceptable.
I remember it was almost like yesterday when I did some yard work at Jason's house many years ago, 16, 17 years ago. And I got some sort of sliver stuck in my hand and I couldn't get it out. So I go over to Jason's house and Tanian is, how old was she at that? She was 3 or 4?
3, 4 years, probably 4.
Probably 4 years old. And so Jason, we're at his kitchen island, and he's doing open hand surgery with a scalpel, digging this thing out of my hand. And Tanian's watching this. He's slicing my hand up, and he's gouging it out with this X-Acto knife. There's blood squirting everywhere. And she's just watching the whole thing, 4-year-old watching all this go down right in the kitchen there. And I was just like...
I thought that may have encouraged her to become a surgeon. Or a doctor, and it didn't bother her, that's for sure.
No, it didn't.
I think if we did that now, Theodore would grab the other scalpel and help out. So he's definitely into that.
Love it.
Good stuff. All right, back to hot listings. Where are we at here? Ames Avenue in St. Paul, located at 1647 Ames Avenue, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,791 square feet. This home has quite a few updates. We've got new paint, new flooring. We've got a lot of really nice features to this home and a really good price at $309. Located in St. Paul again at 1647 Ames Avenue. Really great property. It's got some great character. Really nice remodels on it. All right, moving over to our next hot listing. This one's in Shakopee, folks. Located at 2148 Kelly Circle in Shakopee, Minnesota. 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom, 7,019 square foot home. This is a custom built walkout 2-story, sits on a 2.5 acre lot on a cul-de-sac street. Really exceptional high-end luxury home. And this house has, my goodness, it has everything. All the features and rooms and space you could ever want, with over 7,000 square feet. On the market for $1.145 million. And that's in Shakopee, Minnesota.
And that's on a big lot on a private cul-de-sac, right?
It is, yeah. It's 2.5 acre lot, private cul-de-sac. I think there's only 5 or 6 homes on the whole street.
Yeah.
Sits on top of the kind of the hill, kind of the bluffs in Shakopee. Really cool property. Really cool property. All right, moving over to Minnetonka. This is another exceptional property, complete remodel in an amazing Minnetonka neighborhood located at 4627 Ellerdale Road in Minnetonka. 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 4,516 square feet. I think we got an offer coming in on this one from showing yesterday.
This one also does actually have an open house today. December 3rd, noon to 2 p.m.
Yes, sir. So go check it out, folks. It's gorgeous. The remodel on this one is just they did a stunning job. So really excited. On the market for $975,000. That's in Minnetonka. We got a business opportunity in Aurora, Minnesota. This is up by Giants Ridge. If you haven't been up Giants Ridge, it's a blast. They've got incredible skiing, snowboarding in the winter. They've got all the snowmobile trails, hooks up to all the main snowmobile trails in northern Minnesota. And then in the summer, they've got some incredible golf up there as well. This is the Hive Bakery and Coffee Shop, and they are selling the business and the real estate. It's in Aurora, Minnesota, located at 103 Main Street North. On the market for $590,000. An opportunity to buy the real estate and the business. It's a great area. If there's folks, go check it out. We've got a lakeshore opportunity, some land for sale in Merrifield. It is a 1.6 acre lot with 150 feet of lakeshore. It's on the market for $164,000. So get an acreage lakeshore lot. This is on Upper Mission Lake. Upper Mission and Lower Mission are connected. There's some wonderful lake chains up there, and a really great area. Great opportunity to build a second home, or maybe this is your retirement place. It's time to get to the cities and move up north, as they say. On the market for $164,000. We've got a to-be-built by Pebble Creek Custom Homes in Savage, located on Quebec Place South. This is a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom, 4,525 square foot home. Of course, all the luxury finishings, custom floor plan and design throughout. This is a really exceptional home. It's a to-be-built. We built this similar home on Prior Lake, and now we've got it to be built in this development. On the market for $1.299 million, just under $1.3 million in Savage, Minnesota. We've got another to be built in the same development on Sumner Avenue. This one's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 3,085 square foot home. Custom built. Of course, you have opportunity to make any changes or customizations to this house. This home is on the market for $999,500. To be built by Pebble Creek Custom Homes in Savage, Minnesota. Of course, the Prior Lake School District. We've got one more to be built by Pebble Creek Custom Homes. This one's in Prior Lake in the Cardinal Overlook development on Sims Court. It is a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom, 2,830 square feet above ground. This development is a 9-lot development. It's a cul-de-sac surrounded by 12 acres of preserve. They're all walkout, really cool little development across from the Twin Oaks and Hidden Oaks middle schools. And this home is on the market for $995,000, just under $1 million. We've got 2 or 3 lots left in each one of those developments, so opportunity to custom build your home, Prior Lake Savage area. And then our last smoking hot listing of the week is in Lake Elmo. This home is under construction currently. It's a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom, 5,055 square foot home. This is a luxury high-end neighborhood in Lake Elmo, located at 11610 58th Court North. And so there's opportunities to make some selections on the finishings of this house, but really exceptional property in Lake Elmo for $1.4 million. So those are the Smoking Out listings for the week, folks. If you'd like to get more information about them, or if you'd like to search the MLS, go to our website, minnesotahometalk.com. We've got all of our fantastic partners on there. We've got property search. We've got, we'll do a free market analysis. So what's your home worth? And tons of reports on buying, selling, investing, financing, real estate, anything, everything real estate related. We've got a really good website with some great resources. Check it out at minnesotahometalk.com. Folks, we're giving away 2 pair of Tim Rolls tickets this morning, and a little bit different. Instead of a real estate question, today we're looking for your pet peeves. The 2 best pet peeves are going to win Tim Rolls tickets, 2 pair of tickets to give away. You can go to our Facebook page, go to Minnesota Home Talk Facebook page. You can make your comments rather on there about your pet peeves, or you can text in those to our text line, which is 612-234-7585. That is the text line, 612-234-7585. Starting January 4th, folks, we will be live on Wednesdays at noon, and we will be live on Facebook and YouTube, and then we will be syndicating with all of the podcasting sites, Spotify, wherever you find your podcast. So January 4th, our new showtime, Wednesdays at noon. We're excited about that. And we're excited. The show will be called U.S. Home Talk. So we are going to be talking to more of a national basis. Marcus Walgrave will be joining us as the 3rd host of the show. And we're super excited about that. So starting January 4th. All right, Mr. Ouverson, tell us about rates. It's been a good week for rates, hasn't it?
It has been a good, yes. It has been a good week for rates here. We did have another pet peeve come in. It's a good one too. People talking during a movie.
Oh,
I know that bothers you, Jason. You're a big movie buff.
It does. It's, movies are like an opportunity to kind of just escape what's going on and, get into the movie. But sometimes conversations, I think the conversations can wait, and so, and that might not necessarily be who you're going to the movie with, but if you're at a movie and you got people yapping and talking behind you or in front of you, yeah, I'd say that's a good pet peeve. So I would agree with that one.
Another movie one too. When someone sitting next to you is watching the same movie and something happens, they're like, "Did you see that?"
No. Hang on. That is kind of annoying. What's way worse, and my mom is super guilty of this. Sorry, Mom. It's when you're watching a movie and a new character is introduced. You're like 30 minutes in, and they go to meet someone, and they turn to you and ask, "Who's that?" And you go, "I don't know. It's a new character to the movie. I'm watching the movie at the same time as you. This is a new person." Yeah, but who is that? I don't know.
Agreed on that one. Absolutely. I love it. Rates. Let's talk about rates. Evan, I sent you a picture. I don't know if you can pull that up or not. So,
I can. I'm not gonna, but I can.
So rates. So here's the deal. Rates right now are completely driven by the news, the media, the narrative around inflation, right? So if the news or the media is saying, hey, inflation is under control, what the feds are doing is working, and inflation is headed in the right direction now, our rates are going to continue to get better. That is what's caused our rates to get better here really since October 21st. And so if Evan can pull this up here, he's going to show you the chart. But we basically bottomed out. Rates, basically, the market for rates bottomed out on the 21st. So as the market gets worse, rates get worse. So when I say the market bottomed out, that means the market was getting worse and rates were getting worse. Okay, the bottom there of the market was October 21st. Since October 21st, we've been on an upswing like this. So as the market gets better, rates get better. And so basically for the last 6 weeks, we've gone down a full percent in interest rates because of that. So if we're talking about where we're at today, here's a couple live examples. Locked someone in yesterday at 6% flat with no discount points. Actually locked in someone at 5.875 with no discount points as well. Another client was underneath a 700 credit score, but we were able to lock them in at 6.25 with no discount points. So we're in the high fives to low sixes for a standard conventional 30-year fixed. And as long, again, as that narrative around inflation is positive, right, is saying inflation's under control, inflation is headed in the right direction, we're going to continue to see our rates go down.
So this is exciting stuff, Mike. And we've been talking in the last 6 to 8 weeks, creative ways to combat the higher interest rates. And so question for you, let's say you've got that example, you've got top tier credit, and you've got a rate of 5.875. What, and call it a $400,000 mortgage or $400,000 loan. What would it cost to buy that down 1 point, buy it down to 4.875? What's the cost on something like that approximately?
The cost approximately probably be 3 points, right? So 3% of your loan amount it would take to drive your interest rate down a full percent. So if you're talking about a $400,000 loan, 3% of 400,000 is 12 grand.
Yep.
So it costs you about 12 grand to get it down to 4.875. From what we're seeing right now, Jason, you've seen it too. I've got one deal closing. It's an FHA deal. We got the seller to pay 6% of the purchase price towards the buyer's closing costs and rate buy down. So if you're getting 6% from the seller, 3% buying your rate down, the other 3% is paying all your closing costs.
Yeah.
So you literally just have your down payment to make, and that's it. I got another one going. Conventional loan, 5% in seller pays. Again, we're using 2.5 of that to buy the interest rate down. The other 2.5 is there to pay for the closing costs. So that buyer's coming in, not paying any costs at all, just making the down payment, and they're getting into the house.
That's huge, and it just it's exciting when we have when we are able to get creative and take a look at different ways to get those rates down. I think that most industry experts have believed over the last several months that rates are going to be lower in the spring. And so, and we also believe that home values are going to continue to appreciate because of the low supply and the high demand. And so, we've been talking about, look, you get into the house now, you lock into that price, you can always refinance in the spring. Well, with rates coming down a point and with sellers more than any time in the last 2.5 years willing to contribute, I mean, heck, you can lock into a 4.875 right now with seller concessions and buying that rate down, and then you're set. I mean, anything in the fours for an interest rate is pretty fantastic.
Absolutely.
And so I think that there's really good opportunity right now. There's really good, fantastic opportunity for buyers because you're able to go into a market where sellers are more willing to participate in closing costs, rate buy downs, concessions, and where 6 months ago they were not. And I think this spring is going to be, Mike, you and I, we think this spring is going to be insane, like it was last spring with multiple offers and bids and higher than list price and no closing costs, no repairs, no inspection. And so right now buyers have an opportunity to not be rushed. They have an opportunity to get seller concessions. They have probably more homes to choose from because there's a lot of people looking to buy right now. And so now is a wonderful, wonderful time to be buying a home.
Yeah, we got a ton of buyers sitting on the sidelines right now. And they might be sitting on the sidelines for different reasons, especially this time of year, right? We're right in the middle of Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? A lot of people, if they're active buyers, this is the time of the year where they might pull back just because they have family stuff going on, right? It's that time of season. But we have, so buyers typically right now, we got a ton of pre-approved buyers out there that are on the sidelines. They're waiting for either the holidays to be over. They're waiting because maybe they think that home prices are going to come down a little bit more. They're waiting to try to time the bottom of the market. Or maybe they're waiting for interest rates to trickle down a little bit more. Whatever that case may be, when this spring comes around, now you heard it here first, folks. This is my stamp of approval, my guarantee here. This spring is going to be crazy. It's going to be almost a repeat of last spring, to where we think home prices are not really going to come. They're going to come down a little bit here in the winter, right? So you can get your best deal here, probably December, January, February. You can get your best actual deal on the house itself, right? But once the spring comes, interest rates are going to be a little bit lower. A lot of these buyers are going to be jumping back into the pool, and what's that going to do? Our inventory is still going to be low, so we know that, and we have all these buyers that are going to be now entering the market again, and it's going to create multiple offer situations. It's going to create, hey, I got to offer over list price in order to get this house. I'm not going to be able to get the seller to pay my closing costs. You know, the one thing that might not be exactly the same as last spring is you might still be able to get a home inspection maybe this spring, where last spring you couldn't even make an offer and get a home inspection done because they had 30 other buyers that made offers without a home inspection on it that they could choose from.
Yeah.
But trust me, folks, we're going to be back in there. We see it. Real estate is a highly dependent industry on supply and demand. Our supply is low, our demand is high. This spring is going to be bonkers again.
Yeah, it's going to be, and I want to talk about a client that we worked with in this last week. We secured a home for them. This was a new construction home in Lakeville that was originally listed in, I think it was April, listed in April. So it wasn't completed yet, but they listed it in April. $469 was the original list price. Of course, April of 2022 was insane, right? And so on the market for $469 originally. We just picked up that home. The new list price a couple weeks ago was $409. And folks, this is a brand new home in Lakeville. Brand new home in Lakeville, 3-bedroom bath, an unfinished basement, 3-car garage. $409. We were able to secure that property with seller participating in some closing costs. So, I mean, you're talking about over a $60,000 price reduction from last April. There's opportunities out there with builders, especially builders that have some inventory. There's builders that have 20, 30, 40, 50 spec homes out there, some national builders, some larger local builders, and there's some really good opportunity to pick up some deals right now. I think this same home is going to be $450 all day long in the spring. And so we had buyers that were going to wait till the spring, and they said, you know what, we have opportunity to get a deal to build equity because they're going to finish off the basement. They are going to be sitting in an incredible financial position in the next 3-4 years because they bought at the right time. They changed their timeline rather than wait. They did it now because they saw the opportunity. Really exciting stuff for buyers right now.
Yep. Best time to buy, if you look back 12 months and look forward 12 months, the best time to buy is going to be December, January, February. You are going to get the best terms that you can on the house. Yes, are interest rates higher now than they were in the spring? Yes, they are. Absolutely. But look at all the other benefits you get right now for buying now, right? You're going to get a lower price in the home. You're going to be able to get a home inspection done. Most of the deals, when I say most, I'm talking probably still 90% of the deals that we're working on right now, the seller is paying for a portion, if not all of the buyer's closing costs. So you're getting all those benefits right now, and you're not competing in multiple offers.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not going to a house, doing a show, and be like, I love this thing. All right, we got to get an offer in 20 minutes, otherwise it's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not rushed. And especially for first-time home buyers, that's kind of a scary deal. Buying in the spring is, hey, if you like the house, you got to make an offer like right now, otherwise it's going to be gone. Someone else is going to scoop it up. And you get in that rush mode, and it's just like, it's their first time buying a house. There's info to digest. Maybe they want some input from family members. The unfortunate thing last spring was that you didn't have the time to do that. It's going to be the same thing this spring as well. So especially if you're a first-time home buyer, the next 3 months are going to be a great time to buy because it's going to be at more of a buyer's type of pace versus a seller's pace.
And we work with a ton of first-time home buyers, a lot of first-time home buyers. Over 40% of the real estate market is driven by first-time home buyer purchases. So we love first-time home buyers. We love working with them and helping them get into their first house. It's exciting, and we've got a tremendous amount of experience in it. Folks, we've got giving away 2 pair of Timberwolves tickets this morning. A little bit different question. What is your top pet peeve? Ouverson has 37 pet peeves. He gave us one of them this morning. And but what is your top pet peeve? You can text us those to 612-234-7585. Text your pet peeves. A little fun, a little different this morning. Text your pet peeves to 612-234-7585. And then you can also go to facebook.com. Of course, we're streaming live. You can put those in the comments. Folks, we're very excited to announce our new show starting January 4th. Will be Wednesdays at noon on Facebook and YouTube. Minnesota Home Talk will become a U.S. Home Talk. Marcus Walgrave will be joining us as host out of Sioux Falls, and so we're very excited about that. We'll be on Spotify, all the places where you find your podcasts as well. So today, pet peeves, 2 pair of Timberwolves tickets for the 2 best pet peeves. Go to facebook.com in the comments, or you can text it to our text line, 612-234-7585.
All right. We did have a Facebook Live question come in here. Jennifer Tischletter, thanks for listening and watching the show this morning. She says, can you talk about assumable mortgages? Yes, we can talk about assumable mortgages. So typically, conventional loans are not assumable. But your government loans, which would be like an FHA loan and a VA loan, those are assumable. So how does an assumable mortgage work? So let's say you're a buyer, you go to a house, and that current owner of that house has, let's say, has an FHA loan on it, and their FHA interest rate is 3% flat. What you can do is you can assume that loan. So they have a loan balance right now of X. They have an interest rate of 3% in my example on a 30-year fixed. You can take over that loan that is on that house. That's what that's the assumption of a mortgage. You're assuming you're taking over their loan of where it's sitting today. So it can be a great opportunity for some people of, hey, if I go get my own FHA loan at today's rates, I'm at 6%, but if I take over the current owner's loan, they're at 3%. So that is an opportunity that's out there that might work for you. Now, typically, the one thing that kills assumable loans is that you're taking over their loan amount, right? So let's say they bought a house 3 years ago at $300,000, and their loan amount currently today is at $275,000. Let's say they're selling a house for $350,000 now. So you're buying their house for $350,000. You want to take over their assumable loan. That loan balance is $275,000. You have to then make up the difference out of your pocket between the $350,000 purchase price and the current loan amount of $275,000. So you're coming out of pocket with $75,000 to bridge that gap between the purchase price and the loan amount. So typically that's what kills those deals, is because, well, I don't have $75,000 to put down to make up the difference between their current mortgage amount and the purchase price. So then they go get their own loan so that they can put the minimum down and things like that. So then you're subject, obviously, to the current rates when you get your own loan. But if you have the money to bridge that gap, it can be a great opportunity to take over that loan of the current owners at a lower interest rate and move that house and save yourself some money.
So, Mike, are there other options to, is there a second loan option? Can you do loans against investments or retirements? Or what if there's, what if they don't have the cash necessarily, or they don't want to use their cash? Are there other options to bridge that gap between the assumable loan and your typical down payment and what the difference is?
There are other options. So you typically can't get secondary financing on the house itself. So you're not pulling out a second mortgage on that house you're looking to buy or anything like that. Okay. You'd have to go to other sources. So you can either, take money that you have saved up, right? So you can use your savings if you want. You can get gift funds from family. If you have a 401k account, you could do a loan against your 401k. So you don't have to withdraw the money from your 401k. You can do a loan against it and use that to bridge the gap between the purchase price and that assumable loan amount. Or if you have investments too, there's different investments out there. So you can do something called a margin account. So if you have a financial planner and you have some investment accounts out there, you can get what's called a margin account. It's really then, again, it's just a line of credit that you're going to get. It's a personal line of credit that is securitized or collateralized with your investment account that you have with them. That's another good opportunity there because those interest rates are lower than like a credit card or, any other personal line of credit because there's collateral there. The collateral is your actual value of your investment account. So that's another option there too.
I love it. Options, and that's what we're all about, folks, is just showing you what all your options are when you're talking about financing, buying, and selling real estate. We want to make sure that we put everything on the table and you're able to make the best decision. So, folks, we got the text line open. Bess, what's your pet peeves? What kind of just rubs you the wrong way? Pet peeves is what we're looking for today. The text line is 612-234-7585. The two best are going to win a pair of tickets to the Timberwolves game upcoming this week. We're giving away 2 pair of tickets for the two best pet peeves. 612. The text line, folks, is 612-234-7585. That is the text line. And then, of course, go to facebook.com. You can, in the comments, you can put those in there. And we're live. Starting January 4th, 2023, our show will be moving to Wednesdays at noon, live on Facebook and YouTube. Minnesota Home Talk will become U.S. Home Talk. Marcus Walgrave will be joining us as another co-host, and we're very excited about the new show time and new name. So, all right. So, what I got, Mr. Ouverson, Evan, I got one of two things we can do right now. 6 ways to take back your time during the holidays. This is talking about taking steps to balance your focus between yourself and your family and reaching your end of year business goals. So that's number 1. Or help buyers decide new versus existing. We can talk about new construction pros and cons, and then we can talk about existing home pros and cons. Which one would you like to do?
I say new homes versus existing home pros and cons.
Okay, Evan.
Sure.
The enthusiasm.
And there's a reason why I bring this up because I want to get Evan involved with this too because we're going to talk about these differences. But you have obviously differences in efficiencies. You have differences on property taxes, but you also have differences in insurance and probably pretty big differences in insurance as well.
Sometimes.
It depends, right? It depends. All right, buyers, new or existing. If you're talking about new home construction, the pros. What are the pros? Number 1, modern floor plans, open spaces, flex rooms, larger windows. The floor plans is the first one on this list. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, in general.
I mean, with the new home, you're going to get the most modern floor plans. And I think kind of what I've noticed is like main floor plans change kind of every 10 years. So if you go back 20 years, there was a floor plan that was very common for new construction for about a decade. In the last 10 years, we've seen a different one. And so modern floor plans, open spaces, flex rooms, large windows.
So when I hear modern floor plans, like I think that one of the biggest game changers, and not necessarily for me, but definitely for my wife, is that laundry on the upper level where all the bedrooms are.
Yeah.
Like that seems like a game changer. You picture back, back at home, you go, all your bedrooms are upstairs and you go all the way down to the basement where the washer and dryer is. Imagine the amount of trips up and down every load of laundry. Like you can stay on the upper floor and do all that. Like that's game changer.
It is a game changer. However, from an insurance perspective, it's associated with significantly higher claims volumes because the laundry room is the source of a significant amount of appliance water claims and a significant amount of medium-sized fire claims and sometimes whole house burn downs.
Now, because of the dryer,
Correct.
Not cleaning out the dryer vents. And
Yep.
Interesting.
One of the reasons to have a maintenance room in your home, so to speak, the basement, is you have a concrete box to put these things in, and if they completely mess up, it doesn't matter that much. You got a floor drain in there, it's sequestered from everything else in the home, and hopefully the damage is just limited to the appliance itself. So,
what are we talking for premium change though on something like that?
It's not something that's currently rated, but I think it's going to be in the future.
Okay, interesting.
It's one of the the risk calculations for specific homes, most of the time it's very limited, but they're getting more and more detailed over time. It used to just be like literally, do you have a fireplace? Yes, no. Do you have a wood burning stove? Yes, no. Now they're taking into account things like what type of foundation it is and the situation that the home just is in general. And so I think that over time, as the models get more accurate and you can put more data in and actually have it accurately be represented rate-wise, there will be more and more rating factors along those lines.
Interesting. Jason, what do you say? So upper level laundry or laundry where the majority of the bedrooms are, is that common? Do you see that in most new construction now? Or
I think most new construction you do. I mean, buyers certainly love it. I mean, they love that feature. Another laundry room design that I really like is if you have a main floor master, and maybe it's a rambler. You've got the laundry room, of course, on the main level, but then there's a pocket door between the master closet and the laundry room, and then there's another door to get in the laundry room. But it's fantastic because your master closet is connected to the laundry room, and then if it's a rambler, there's going to be another set of washer and dryer in the basement for the other bedrooms, or if it's a 2-story with a main floor master, there's another set of laundry. But this is kind of cool because your owner's suite and owner's closet is connected to the laundry room, and that's where all your laundry is, right? It's either the closet or the laundry room. So pretty neat features. I like those a lot. Number 2, delayed major maintenance costs, such as roof and HVAC. I was talking about this past week with a client on new construction. Folks, it's brand new. You got a brand new roof, brand new windows, brand new siding, HVAC. In Minnesota, of course, you've got a 1-2-10 warranty. And so you've got 1 year on your workmanship, 2 years on the major utilities like your furnace, and then 10 years on the structure of the property. And so, of course, you can take an existing home and you can put in new windows, a new roof, a new siding, and new furnace. But I mean, those are big items. One of the pros for new construction is it's all brand new. So your major maintenance costs are going to be very, very low for the next 10 years. Number 3 on our list of pros for new construction, lower utility bills as a result of stricter building codes and newer energy efficient products. Yeah, I mean, definitely homes they're more efficient. They're better insulated, better windows, better doors. I mean, the appliances inside the house are more efficient. So you're going to have lower utility bills. I'll do some research on this, guys, because I think this is an interesting. I wonder what the utility cost savings is on average when you're looking at new construction compared to maybe a home that's 20 years. I mean, it's got to be 20-30%.
It's got to be. I mean, I remember when we built our new house, when Pebble Creek built it. So our new house is about 1,000 square feet bigger than our old house, right? It's cheaper to heat our new house than the old house, and there's 1,000 more square feet to heat than the old one.
Yeah,
and like significantly cheaper. It's not like we save $20 a month. Like it's like you can see it and you can feel how much cheaper it is. And that's going from a 1986 house to then a 2016 build.
Yep.
So
a lot has changed. So
absolutely.
New construction pros, our last one on this list is more upfront personalization, builder warranties on materials, workmanship, and structural items. We just talked about that 1-2-10 warranty in Minnesota. But yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to personalize the house, to customize it. Even if it's not a custom builder, most of the time, if you start early enough in the process, you're able to pick out your selection. So countertops and cabinet colors and flooring and wall colors and light fixtures. And so it really is an opportunity to customize the house to your liking. Talking about new versus existing, we just went over the pros. Now let's take a look at the cons. New construction cons, number 1, higher upfront costs. So the price, folks, the price will be likely higher in new construction, although we're seeing some crazy deals right now for new construction.
Yeah, I'm not sure I really generally agree with that one. Like when we look at our listings, we've got quite a few new construction opportunities versus existing homes that are kind of in that same large size range.
Sure.
And they honestly, like you might be saving a little bit of money, but it's not. I would hesitate to say that that's even a rule.
Well, so let's look at that listing on Kelly Circle, right? 1.145. The big boy, 7,019 square feet, four-car garage, if I remember correctly, right? Yeah. So, Jason, if you had to rebuild that house in today's world, a 7,019 square foot house with 5 bedrooms, 4 bath, 4-car garage, I mean, what are you building that thing for?
1.5.
So that's how I look at it and say, okay, that's an existing home. I can buy that existing home for that price. If I had to recreate and rebuild that house today, what would that cost me? Yeah. You're talking a difference of, $350,000 roughly between those two houses, new versus existing.
Now the one thing with that house is you probably wouldn't rebuild it the same size that it is because designs have changed. I mean, with the better designs of homes, you can build a much more comfortable and an enjoyable house with less square feet. Yeah. So you would build it smaller. You would take out the things that just don't get used.
Yeah.
But to build that house for house, yeah, it's going to cost you $300,000 more than what it's listed at.
No, and that's definitely true. And rebuild cost is a key thing to insurance too. Like my back of the napkin math for that house. The actual rebuild cost that the insurance company would say this is what it's insured to is probably going to be like 1.7 to 1.9 million.
Jeez.
So that's what you would have insurance for to rebuild.
Yep.
Interesting.
That's the whole thing burns down. And you know what? The square footage isn't even including that 4-car garage, right? So, but it is attached to the home. So it's likely it would actually be even above that. So
interesting.
To be clear, it's when I say it's not always cheaper, sometimes it is. That house also in particular has not been redone and updated like some of the other listings that we have where everything is brand new inside. So now you're just comparing structure to structure age, but the interior is similar, right?
Yep.
So it depends, obviously, but I don't know. It's at least in our market, it doesn't seem like you get that big a discount in a lot of situations.
Sure. And a lot of that is due to the low inventory that we've had. So
yeah,
part of that. Talking about new construction versus existing, excuse me, the cons. Number one was higher upfront costs in general. Number two con on the list is special financing such as construction loans often needed. So I don't know. I mean, I'd probably disagree with this one. Whether the buyer is doing the construction loan or the builder is doing the construction loan, the cost goes to the buyer, right? And so, sometimes there's some additional paperwork and some hoops you got to jump through if you have to do the construction loan as a buyer. But I don't think it's a big con, although it is on the list. Number three, longer wait times. Yeah, I mean, existing homes you can move and close in 30 days, right? If you're going to build new, you're going to wait 9 months, maybe 12 months, maybe. Good grief. There's some builders that were taking 18 months over the last couple of years to finish a house. So longer wait.
The big thing there too isn't just the wait; it's the potential for delays.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're totally closing in October. We're closing in October, right? Yeah. We're on schedule. October comes and goes. November comes and goes. December comes and goes.
We're not on schedule.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, sorry. We're waiting for a part to come in, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
where it's
right.
like, oh, yeah, our drywall guy quit. So, the build out of the interior is waiting. That's something that can happen with a new construction home that just doesn't happen with an existing home.
Right.
And guys, that's happened more in the last couple of years than I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, subcontractors, it's been a challenge with some of them to get the job done.
I've worked with a ton of new construction buyers in the last year, and I think only one of them, when I initially talked to them, like 6 months beforehand, only one of them was like, yep, it happened on the day that they said.
Yep.
It was like October 28th. We closed right on schedule, and everyone else it's been pushed back by at least a month.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad for the builder. The COVID caused a bunch of different things, right?
Yeah.
It caused the top of their funnel to be bigger because interest rates were super low and people are like, man, I can sell my house that I own now and I can maximize my my profit from it, and I can roll that into a brand new house. And now we can build this dream house that we've always wanted because it's super affordable because that's where rates are at. So all these purchase agreements and all these sales happened, so that top of the funnel got bigger. But then COVID caused the bottom of the funnel to be smaller. Material delays, shortages in labor, all this stuff because of COVID. So you're trying to jam record sales and record volume down to a spout that is at the record smallest deal. And of course, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? Of course, that's going to happen. You're going to get delays. You're going to get this. It's going to take longer. It was definitely the toughest time for a builder in history because of the situation outside of their control.
Yeah.
Right? Some builders were able to handle it better than others. Yes, that's true. But in general, very tough time to be a builder and keep things on a timeline.
My pet peeve is builders that can't complete houses on time.
All right, what do we got? Number 4 on the list, often farther from amenities and jobs. And so what this is talking about is, the city is built out, right? And the closer you are to Minneapolis and St. Paul, the less new construction opportunities there are. And so you may have to go out further. Of course, COVID has changed that, though. It's not as big a deal anymore. There we go. We'll finish it next week, folks. We have a lot of free stuff at MinnesotaHometalk.com. Free list of non-MLS hot deals, free market analysis on your home or investment property, free home search tools, free reports on buying, selling, and investing in real estate, free mortgage pre-approval. Check us out online, folks, at MinnesotaHometalk.com. Folks, that's MinnesotaHometalk.com. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week.